Good day, traders, and welcome to another video. So I took a loss today, XAUUSD gold. So after my top-down analysis, I went down to the 15-minute, and I started looking for my point of interest, and then immediately this point grabbed my attention, because if you look above, we have price going above a high and not really closing, but it went above that high, leaving a few wicks above there. So I marked price. So I decided to mark up the area that sent price into that high. Like this is the last red candle. Push it, drag it through like that. So that's my order block. That's the price level that I know pushed, that was able to push price to the upside with a little bit of momentum. You can see this momentum pushed and went up into this high. Is this market structure shift or is it just a liquidity sweep? We don't know yet, but I'm confident. I was confident in this order block at the bottom. So I then decided to go lower to the lower time frame to see what kind of price action is happening within that this order block. So I went down to the 1 minute, and by that point in time, let me indicate to you where price was. So price was, let me do the replay for you real quick. So at that point in time, this is where I had taken the trade. And if we look at price, what's happening right now is that price is actually moving up quite correctively. It's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. That's a pretty corrective move, and not an impulsive move up. So I then decided to look closely, and I had the same price action that I was seeing on the M15. So I decided to grab a quick scalp from there. So what was I looking at? Okay, let me remove this rectangle for you guys, because you already know. So I looked at this order block on the 1 minute. That order block right there. So that order block had recently pushed price to the recent high, didn't close above it, but there was some momentum in there, pushed up with a little bit of momentum. So I was confident that this order block would get a reaction, and by the time that I came to the market, it was already getting multiple reactions. Price was rejecting, right? Rejecting out of it, and it spent quite some time in the order block, and I think that was my first red flag, but I decided to ignore it for some reason. So I then noticed something, that at this point in price, you see that price went below this low, right? Closed below it, and they immediately printed a bullish candlestick. Let me zoom in for you guys. Let me mark it up. Price went below this low, like there. And after price went below this low, it then printed that huge candlestick up with a bullish with that bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. And that's why I waited for displacement. If I could get any displacement or even a week above there, that will show me that price has a little bit of momentum. Boom. So as soon as I seen that price go above that area, price go above that high with a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap. Okay, so now I had two confluences. I was sitting in a 15-minute order block, and I was also sitting in this 1 minute order block. And then I have another order block created there with a fair value gap. To me, that looked like price had momentum. It was finally trying to break out, even though it didn't go above this high. So I thought this is what the turning point. So let's play back and see what happened. And then at this point, price was just moving sideways on this level, and I had marked up like the 50% level of this fair value gap, and I had placed an order there. So let me mark it up and show you that I placed an order. Let me use line, this horizontal ray there. Put my my buy order, and then my stop loss was below there, and then my take profit, I was targeting the recent high, this one. Boom. So then this how it all played out. Boom. Now look at how price went into that fair value gap with a strong candlestick. And I also looked at this order block. Boom. I was looking at it, and I was even considering exiting the trade, because this looks like I'm trying to catch a falling knife at this point because of this huge candle outside that went out of this consolidation. It went out, but at the same time I was thinking that maybe this could be just a liquidity run or an inducement for sellers to place their stops, and then price would just tank like this and then push back to the upside, continue my TP. So at this point I decided to be a student of the market, sit back and let my trade play out, and whatever outcome, I'm going to learn from it, and let's see what happens. So then the other red flag that we seen, I don't know if you guys can see, but as soon as we see this red candlestick form pushing outside of this consolidation, there was another candlestick that formed, this green one. It went and touched that bearish order block and then pushed down, forming this pin bar that looks in the favor of the bears. And then afterwards, we've seen this red candle push down, didn't go below this candlestick's low, and pushing downwards with displacement. So that was another red flag, but I didn't close the trade. I don't want to chase the market. I decided to sit on my hands and just watch this one and take the L and take the lesson. So L in trading is not for lose, it's for lesson. We take L's, we take lessons. So sit back, relax, and learn. Boom. Bam. And I got stopped out. Right. So this was the trade of the day, and it was a loss. But did I have my lessons? And after a little bit of research and after looking, to clarify something, in another scenario, this would have worked out. This trade would have worked out, and in this scenario, it didn't. So you know the market is what it is. But one red flag that I should have noticed, so that you guys can learn from my mistakes. After price has gone up, I had targeted this rectangle, this order block, as my point of interest, and I was looking to buy from there, right? But I don't know if you guys can see, but price spent quite some time in this order block. First time it came in with a little bit of momentum, left a weak, pushed up, but there was no displacement. Price pushed back into it, wick down, swept this low, pushed up, but there was no displacement here, and there was also no follow-up, because when it came back to this little order block that it created here, it pushed up but didn't create a close above there, came back down, the point of my trade, boom, then it didn't work out. So if price is spending a lot of time in an order block, you should be highly cautious. But if you do decide to take a trade off of that order block, and the minimum lot size with your risk tight. And when you lose, do not beat yourself too much, because the market is what it is. So we took a lesson today. I hope you guys learned from my lesson today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you are into a single trade per day, that kind of approach, be sure to subscribe and like and follow, and let's grow together. See you guys in the next one.